civic piece out first. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for you and June, the Mayoress, coming and supporting this very historic moment for us all today. And also great to see my colleague, County Council colleague Chris Carter here. Just to let you know, Chris and I have supported the club tremendously, but I can't do anything because I'm president of the cricket club without Chris's support, and we thank you very much for that. This seat and much of the fencing and bits and pieces around here have really been as a result of Chris being able to put some of the funding to it, so that we're very grateful for that. Can I say the most important people here today are the family of Bud Fisher. The history, for those that don't know it, the pavilion burnt down, the seat wasn't damaged, the memorial seat that we put here for Bud back in the 60s, but it disappeared. Now this club is 50 years old next year, and it's absolutely vital that before that we celebrate that 50 years, that we made sure that we righted the wrong, if you like, and made sure that the seat was reinstated with the simple words that were on it before. About Bud, he was an icon of local sport. We use the word icon, we use the word legend too often, but believe me, in my lifetime, I've never met a greater legend in local sport. He was an excellent all-rounder cricketer. The thing that impressed me as a youngster coming to the club aged 15 was that he used to come on as a change bowler. He used to take about 6 paces and then get batsmen out before they realised he'd bowled or even started his run-up, because he had this whippy action that I've never seen in anybody else, of pushing the ball through at a tremendous pace off the wicket. So he's quite an outstanding cricketer. But why he's particularly important to this club and this town is that he took a great interest in young players. And I have to say, every so often in a long life, you meet somebody who you know changed things forever. And just a personal cricket anecdote I must share with you. I joined the club aged 15. By the time I was 16, I played a season in the Gosport Amateurs second team, and I'd scored a colossal 14 runs by the end of the season, batting about number 9 or 10, and 12 of those came in the last game, which Bud happened to be playing in. He owned a newsagent's shop in Anns Hill Road, and everybody who was interested in sport used to go in there. It was the mecca for local sportsmen. And I went in there one day and I said, I'm a bit fed up, I'm going to have trouble with my GCSEs or O-levels next year. I just think I'm going to pack up cricket. He said, don't do that, don't do that. You've got an excellent defence. You just pick the wrong shot, pick the wrong ball to hit. It's shot selection we call it today, that were 1 minute then. So he said, work at it during the winter. These are the things you need to do with the tennis ball and the backyard where I lived and so on. Following year, the team was selected for the first game of the season. Went in the dressing room with the first team players, frightened to death somebody might ask me to do something. And he said, oh, we're batting, get them on. I said, what do you mean get them on? He said, get them on, you're opening. And he said, just don't bloody well get out. And that started it, because he said, okay, if you're there at the end of the day, and our lads have heard me say this so many times, you'll do all right in this game. Tremendous leader, tremendous captaincy, and took the Gosport Amateurs side through a complete season. I think it was around 40 odd games. 34 wins and not a defeat. Couldn't be achieved today, the game has changed. And typical of Bud, I was looking up in some of the cuttings last night, and the following year we lost half a dozen games. He said, but we were a better side because we won all these games. Everybody wanted to play us. You'll see there, Worcester used to come here and play us on here. Any team between Bournemouth and Worth their sort wanted to play us. And so we started this very strong club. Last point, you'll also see in the pictures in there tower, where Bud, in those days, was given a canteen of cutlery for his services to cricket. Absolutely incredible. The headline was nothing about Bud and his services to cricket. There could be one club in Gosport, and that's where it started, and that's how the very successful club we had today was formed. To Bud's relatives and friends, delighted to see you here. We're very proud to right the wrong, and just great to see Ida, one of the ladies' team, if you like, who used to support us, and Aubrey Jesty, and my opening partner, Alan Bishop. Alan and I, what was about 15 years or something, generally opened the batting at Gosport. Got to know each other very well. That was after one of the early games when we picked up the car from the newsagent, went along Anshill Road. I was driving my Alston Big 7 going to play at Basingstoke, and then I looked out the window and there was a wheel rolling along the road, and I thought, somebody's lost a wheel. And the guy stopped and the wheel stopped against the wall, and over we went. So we had some exciting times, but great to see you here today. So could I ask you, Mr. Mayor and Dot, if you could do the honours, and please do it for the photographer. Thanks, lads. Stay there, lads. It's all right. Stay there.
Don't do it, Pete. Just pull it off.
Right. Well done.
Well done. Nice seat.